Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Bart. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. And Jonathan used to be in City Hall, and we missed seeing you downtown. You're now on Water Street.
I'm on Water Street. I've started my career here in Jackson in 2009, as you know, working for the DDA. You hired me, was downtown all of the time. And so it's a little different to not be in downtown or at City Hall.
Yes, because for a while you did have the title Mr. Downtown.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, that's, I remember all those rights and privileges that came with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got a lot going on. Our water, that's such a big issue, and we see other communities that are having issues, but you happily release the results of your water quality testing and studies.
Yeah, and another great year of water for here in the city of Jackson. We're very blessed and fortunate to draw our water from what's called the Marshall Aquifer. It's a very large aquifer in southern central Michigan. It's a glacier water. And it's generally, if you poke a hole deep enough into the ground, the water's actually under pressure and will come up. It's great water. It's for us in the city at the water plant. It's relatively easy to treat, and so we're happy to pipe out great water to the people of Jackson.
And a lot of people say it's better than what you could buy in a plastic bottle.
I believe it is.
Have you thought about bottling Jackson's water?
When times are tough, you have some there. It's bottled somewhere in Michigan, I'm sure.
Nestle, they take a lot of water out of Michigan.
Out of like Rodney, Michigan, and Everett, Michigan.
Yeah.
It's
Kelly Fuels.
Ooh, I don't know, fuel water.
Kelly Fuels.
Is that octane water?
No, it's
okay.
water. It's English Mountain Spring water from Dandridge, Tennessee. This is from, they won't say. Doesn't say. Oh, deep protected wells in Stanwood, Michigan.
There you go.
Huh. Wow. So our water would be good enough to
our water, I believe our water is great enough to bottle, that's for sure.
I saw a bottle, it wasn't either one of these, and I can't remember what the brand was, but it was from Municipal Water Supply of Hamburg, New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to check that out, see how they did that.
I can't remember.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So Jackson water, that could be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Coney Islands, we've got the donuts.
We've got everything.
How about lead? Because that's a thing that we're worried. The state is requiring all the municipalities in the state to get rid of all the lead in the service lines, right?
Yeah, and that's a result, obviously, of the Flint water crisis, which is shocking. I think it as the years go by from that, it doesn't diminish how sad and how bad that actually is, threatening the public safety of an entire population's water source. So the state has made many changes. We are fortunate here in Jackson to have many years, way beyond me and my predecessors, years of great results for water testing. But that doesn't change the fact that we have about 11,000 lead service lines here in the city of Jackson. Now, we do perform in-house testing. The state was on a plan to test every 3 years. Now they've gone to a 2-year system, so you'll see in the water quality report our latest results of 2017, but we're stepping up our game to do it again here in 2019, so we can demonstrate to ourselves and to the community and the powers that be that despite all the challenges we have with our lead service lines, we still have safe, quality water here in Jackson.
And I think a lot of people, there was so much misunderstanding about how Flint's water got contaminated. And just like we have lead water pipes doesn't mean we're going to get lead. Just if you had a copper water pipe or a plastic water pipe, that doesn't mean you're going to have copper and plastic in the actual water.
Yeah, it's pretty involved chemistry. They changed their processes for treatment, and that allowed the metal to be exposed, and that's how, as far as I can tell, from just being on the outside, how people were poisoned there. You don't have those problems here, thankfully, here in Jackson. We have really great water.
Great water, keep drinking it. In fact, today would be a good day to stay hydrated. Well, you've got over there on Water Street some exciting events, a new building.
Yeah, we were fortunate to have City Council pass a bond issue last year that would allow us to build a building. We're operating in a building, in some parts of the building, because it's been added onto over the years. Some parts of the building date back to the Civil War.
No kidding.
It's a very antiquated building with low ceilings, not a lot of space. And like I said, we were fortunate to have City Council approve just this year building the building, the awarding of a contract to build the building to Mercer. And so we're looking forward to that. They've broken ground as far as doing the demolition of an old structure and breaking up some of the old pavement. This building, it's no frills. We need to protect our investments. All the equipment we use is very expensive. We just need to be able to store the things inside so that in any event where Public Works is called, whether it's a water main break, whether it's a storm event, whether it's snow plowing, obviously, that we can respond and our equipment will be in good working order by storing it inside. I think for many people, they can hear the price tag of the project and get a little concerned, but then when you consider the costs of all of our equipment, it really comes down to the idea that we're protecting our investments.
All right, and potholes. Is that something in your department?
Potholes, yes, they are. And thankfully, I've got a great crew at the Public Works Department who fill. We usually have one crew out pothole patching per day. Many times we have two. Many times we have volunteers staying over to patch after hours. And they're aggressive. They can put down several tons of asphalt a day. And when you think about the size of potholes, sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big. You think about 10,000 pounds of asphalt. That's a lot of work. And they're doing it out in this weather. And if you see them out there, give them a wave. We're doing our best to keep up with the potholes and stay in front of things as much as we can, and to make it so people don't have those catastrophic car failures that are just terrible and they have huge repair bills.
All right, keep filling those potholes. And we've been lucky so far. We haven't had any serious storms, but that's another area that you guys are in charge of. If you get trees knocked down, that's you got to do something about that.
Yes, it is. I was filling in on an interim basis last Labor Day when we had a small storm event come through, a little tornado that caused in my opinion, a reasonable amount of damage, and some people were directly impacted quite severely. And so when it comes to those storms and storm events with limbs down, if they're from a city tree, so a tree that's between the road and the sidewalk, those are the city's responsibilities. Those are city's trees. You can call to report those after hours to 911. You can call our office phone line during business hours to report those, and city crews will be out to pick them up. However, if they're in your own private property, unfortunately we don't have a mechanism to deal with that, and something homeowners will have to take up on their own, just like you or I would.
Makes sense.
If we had a tree in our yard.
Great to see you. Thanks for all the updates.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Bart.
Public Utilities Director for the City of Jackson, Jonathan Green. Well, don't go